Hello, welcome. I am your host for today, Taria, and I am a relationship and intimacy coach, and I am so excited to talk to you about how you can have better sex, how you can have more intentional and conscious intimacy, and how you can use your patterns during literally any type of intimacy and also especially during sex to create new patterns in your mind body connection so that you can feel more confident, so that you can feel healed from old wounds, and that you can use this as a training ground to explore the way that you want to be touched, to explore the way that you want to show up in your full authentic self, somebody who is not acting from old unconscious patterns and people pleasing insecurities, rather somebody who knows what they want and feels and gives themselves permission to be vulnerable during physical intimacy and during sex with either you're with yourself, during self pleasure, or with a partner, so that you can feel safe, so that you can feel like this is a space to heal. And because healing is what supports the exploration of incredible intimacy, it is what allows for so much safety, which is where the most incredible, heart opening, full body pleasure gets to be experienced when you get out of your head and into your body. So I want to talk about what to pay attention to, what to get curious with, and why it's so important to be a student of your sexuality and a student of your physical intimacy, no matter what your experience is with sex, no matter how long you have been either single or with your partner. It is so vital to approach this topic, and especially what I'm about to talk about, in a space of curiosity and in the student mindset. This is what is going to help you become this ideal, grounded, secure version of yourself in your sexuality and physical intimacy. It's going to help you feel more connected and more fulfilled and more pleasure. So, like I said, remembering to explore sex and physical intimacy from a space of curiosity. So, becoming almost a scientist of your own experience. Because whatever is happening during sex, whatever is happening during physical intimacy, whether that's eye contact or hugging or kissing or self pleasure or during sex, whatever is happening here is going to reveal really vital patterns that are happening, patterns that are either unconscious or conscious. So maybe, for example, you feel really insecure to either offer or receive pleasure. Maybe you feel more confident in the area of offering or receiving. And then when it comes to the opposite, you shut down, you dissociate, you completely begin to become even robotic. And sometimes you might even accidentally take it out on your partner or become really hard on yourself and really critical on yourself because you haven't faced this block that is preventing you from feeling safe and relaxed and excited in order to be in the position of receiving pleasure or giving pleasure. So, looking at these patterns during sex and physical intimacy is going to be so massive for shifting, healing, and rewiring this pattern. because this area is so potent. It's still so taboo on the planet. Sex and money are still so taboo and have such potent energetic spaces. So by integrating and healing and shifting these patterns during sex, it's actually going to have this massive domino effect on the rest of your life. Because I'm almost certain that whatever patterns are showing up in the bedroom are also showing up in your personal life, in your work life, in your hobbies or the lack thereof, in the way that you interact with your body, your food. I have such a strong feeling that this pattern exists in so many other areas. So when you explore whatever pattern you're feeling blocked by during sex and physical intimacy, then because it has so much potency, it's going to have this incredible healing effect on all these other areas of your life as well. Because it's a lot easier to see these patterns during sex and physical intimacy because it has this extra aliveness. It has this extra impact. There's so much pressure to have sex a certain way, to be sexual. So by allowing this space to be a space of healing, you can actually create the sexual experience that you want and reclaim it from that collective pressure, reclaim it from anybody who tells you how it's supposed to be, and get to know what is the experience that you want to have. So it's a sense, I love using the word like anarchy in other videos as well. It's like an anarchy to say, no, I will not let this place control me. I will not let this place bring me down. And these patterns perpetuate the sense that I don't belong, that I'm not good enough. I will actually choose to hold them, look at them, and care for my sexuality with myself or another in a way that is going to actually help me heal and be the most incredible lover to myself or another person, depending on what your desires are, depending on what brings you the most joy, the most healing, and the most expansion. So I get so excited when my clients come to me and they're like, yep, this is what happens during sex. For example, what's one of the most common examples? Yeah, is there's often this sense that like one person wants something and the other person's not offering it. So either they have not been explicitly sharing their desires because they're too afraid. So maybe they have a block in their feeling worthy to speak, and they just want their partner to read their mind. And maybe the other partner is more avoiding the situation because of their own insecurities and fears of not being good enough if they can't fulfill those needs and desires of their partner. So I get so excited when my clients bring to me these topics, because it's never what they think it is. It's never about sex per se. It's just showing up in sex. It's showing up in self-pleasure and physical intimacy. And what it actually is a deeper unmet need to feel worthy and to feel loved and to feel safe. And it just so happens to come up the strongest during sex because, that's often the way that we feel so much bonding and connection with ourselves and with our partners or our lovers. So, it's so beautiful when these things come up. And I know that's like easier said than done. Like I have been there. I have been frustrated. It is not easy work to rewrite these narratives. What it is, though, is incredibly informative and revealing to understand what is going on for you sexually so that you can literally make incredible life changes to have the best sex, to have the more sacred sex, more intentional sex. And it's just like right there in your face. It's like, here's the key, unlock the door, And maybe for you, it doesn't seem that way because you're in it. You're in it, so you're like, well, how could this be so obvious? Well, for me, it's obvious because I have done immense training in order to be able to do and say what I'm sharing in school. And I have also immense personal practice walking the walk and not just talking the talk. So I get excited because I'm like, oh my God, you're having a struggle. You're having some sort of block in your sexuality. This is an incredible key that is showing you the path and the way to unlock the door to a life that is going to support you to feel more love, more safety, and more belonging, which is actually the foundations to experience so much pleasure and joy. It's the pillars that's that are not spoken about in like pop magazines or on more mainstream. Oh my God, just like so many different ways to portray sexuality. um, they're not talking about these core foundational pieces: safety, love, and belonging. They're not saying like, oh, if you feel safe, you're gonna have the most incredible, mind-blowing, body explosion sex of your life. And if you feel loved, if you feel belonging, if I said that one already, I'm sorry. Safety, love, and belonging. So I am here to tell you that this is 1,000% the keys and pathways to your sexual freedom, to like the best sex of your life, to feeling so satiated and yummy. And I'll tell you, I spent almost my entire adolescent and adult life feeling so much shame, feeling so afraid and not belonging in my sexuality. And I tried so many things to experience and explore a different connection with my sexuality. And it wasn't until I really faced all of the blocks and went into them and through them and came out on the other side experiencing so much bliss. Like if if past me would have said the way to better sex is uh to feel your panic attacks and like be fully present with them and move all the way through them, so that you can heal your abandonment trauma, so you can receive incredible pleasure, like I would have been like, okay, that's like, that kind of makes sense, but also where's like steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how to be giving like a better oral pleasure, like whatever, things like that, which are also incredible. That's like what comes next. That's what comes next. Like if that's where you're at, if you're like doing really good with those foundational pieces, the safety, love, and belonging, then there's another, I'll make another video for you, which is more of the like technical practices and like actually like how to and what to, which is like so fun as well. That's what comes next. And a lot of people are looking for that right away and think that there's something wrong with them if they're not doing it right, when there's actually just a core wound that keeps being missed. And there's this desire to have this instant fix of like, no, I just want to be better. I just want to have better sex with my partner. Well, yeah, that's what I'm here to share, is this is the way. I'm not going to pretend like there's an instant fix. I'm here telling you that it's actually right in your face. Whatever is your constant theme and your biggest challenge in self-pleasure, physical intimacy, and sex, this is the key to your freedom. This is the key to the sex, love, and pleasure that you desire. And so what comes next after getting curious and naming, oh, there's a block here, is to either have the tools to be able to explore it yourself, which is asking it questions, asking, what does it need to feel safe, love, and belonging? And to Allow yourself to breathe in and out of that part of your body that keeps shutting down, that it keeps experiencing a block. When you're having a self-pleasure or sexual practice and you're experiencing a wound or a block, the most incredible way to come back to your body in the present moment, which is where all of the pleasures is happening, is to connect with your breath and just keep coming back to the sensations that are here and present in your body. So you could do this over and over and over again every single day and see incredible transformation. Committing to this as a lifeline, devoting yourself to wanting to be this incredible lover and healer to yourself or to a partner. Self-pleasure and sexuality can be so incredibly powerful and healing, especially because there's so many oppressive, unsafe, shameful, and controlling systems out there that want to take away the rights of your body to feel joy and pleasure and freedom in your sexuality, which is not okay, because this is your sacred space. This is your birthright, and you get to bring love and healing into this place, that you can have the life that you desire, so you can feel confident during sex, so that you can experience like earth-shattering soul union and pleasure with a partner or with yourself, so that you can enter a state of self-pleasure where you're just like, oh my God, I want to stay here forever. I love myself so much. Like, this is what it feels like to touch in and drop in to the pleasure that comes through facing, loving, and working with the blocks that may be arising, because they are revealing to you that they want something, that they need attention, that you can know yourself more, so that you can unclench and free yourself from the things that are hindering you from knowing your body, knowing your pleasure and sexuality, and then being able to share that with somebody. Because I like feel it so much in my heart right now. I get like so excited for you. I'm like, I want you to know this love and this pleasure. Especially as somebody who grew up in a lot of shameful, oppressive systems that wanted to control me, growing up as a woman, or growing up in the anatomy that I have. It is so vital for me to create safety, love, and belonging in sexuality and self-pleasure. I truly believe that we can change the vibration of sexuality on the planet, one self-pleasure practice at a time, one like incredible healing and pleasure-filled sexual experience with a partner at a time. And I want you to know what is available. At the end of the day, I don't want you to get stuck thinking that this is the way it has to be during sex. Like, oh, this is how sex is, so this is how it has to be. No, if you have a desire to make changes in your sexuality, then that's why you're here. So you're here to become a scientist in exploration, a sex scientist, an explorer of your own body and your own sexuality. And you probably have a very good, incredible reason to want that. And you're also here to make active changes by doing some of the tools that I said, such as coming back to your breath, coming back to the sensations over and over and over again. And you're also here because you want to know what's on the other side of those blocks. You want to know who you are on the other side. You want to know who you are and what pleasure and sex is available on the other side of those blocks that you're experiencing, those patterns. And that's fun. Ooh, what an exciting thing to want to know about and to get curious. I also want you to know this. I want you to know what's on the other side. And guess what? It's literally just like a giant gold mine waiting for you because it's just yours. Whatever is waiting for you on the other side of your blocks, your fears, and your insecurities during sex is something that is just yours. And you're going to know what it feels like. Everybody's out there having their own experience, especially like my clients working with me. Everybody's having their own different experience. Or honestly, any of my cohorts that have like taken my program, or anybody doing this work around healing their sexuality and reclaiming these lost parts, they're all out there having their own unique reclamation and healing and pleasure. It's kind of wild to think about. I love that idea. How many people right now around the world are learning to feel more safety, more love, and belonging in sex so that they can have like more incredible and sacred sexual experiences. That's exciting thought. So that's the fun part, is like this like unknown on the other side of doing the hard work of healing these patterns and moving through these blocks. Is the exciting part is there's something waiting for you on the other side that like only you get to know about. I can give you many examples of what has happened for myself or my other clients. And I'll tell you, they're all incredible stories. They're all incredible stories. And I wouldn't be here sharing this with you if I didn't, I'm not like, I'm rooting for you. I want you to know yourself. So key takeaways for this video on how to have more sacred, intentional sex and how to have better sex is to get curious and really name, even like write down on a piece of paper, what are your biggest patterns, reoccurring patterns and blocks during sex and during self-pleasure and physical intimacy. What are your biggest patterns and blocks, or the most common ones, or what is something that is really impacting you from having the experience that you want? So this is number one, is naming it. Naming it, looking at it, not avoiding it. And then number two, getting curious with it. What does it need? What does it want? Number three, coming back to the present moment every time it arises. Breathing and feeling the sensations in your body over and over and over again. And then other options, bonus options to take this work further, is to hire a professional. You can work with me. You can look up somebody in your area. If you want somebody in person, hire a professional to be able to support you through this. Make these incredible changes over and over and over again. And then number five is get excited about what's on the other side. Get excited about what's on the other side so that you can have a North Star to remind you why it is so important to be with these blocks, to heal these patterns and wounds, to have the sex that you desire. And it can be something so innocent as well. Something so innocent as desiring to last longer, or desiring to like worship and adore your partner. It can be something so innocent as to wanting to like experience your first orgasm, or it can be something really, really like deep as wanting to heal a sexual trauma or wanting to overcome shame. So reminding yourself that there's something on the other side that's waiting for you, so that if you postpone it or put it off over and over and over again, your partner's bringing it up, or you're wanting a partner, or you're wanting to have a ritual of like healthy healing pleasure with yourself, and you just keep making excuses and putting it off. Remind yourself why you're doing this and why it's important. Like find why the why is so important. Maybe it's because you want to love yourself more. Maybe it's because you want to feel so free. Maybe it's because you want to experience tremendous joy, or you want to feel really sexy and confident as you are. Find the why that is guiding you to keep coming back to this desire to have more sacred intentional sex or better sex. Make it really big and like put it on your wall and remind yourself every single day that this is why you're here. This is why you're doing the work. This is why you're exploring. I hope this video helped. Thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, please ask me in the comments. I love hearing from you. I love supporting you. I have so much to share. So if there's something that you're specifically curious about that sparked during this video, put it in the comments so then I can answer you or even make a video about it. Please, I'm so excited for you to be here. I'm so excited for you to be on this journey. Don't give up. You're doing amazing. And if you want to learn about working with me or more about what I do, I'll send those links in the comments below. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you again so much for being here and supporting me and supporting this desire and this work to bring more safety and love and belonging and reverence and worship to bodies and to intimacy and to sexuality. This is so deeply passionate for me. So thank you for supporting my work and for saying yes to this on your own journey as well, because every single person that wakes up to this is going to then activate this vibration on the planet of creating safety and love and belonging in sexuality. And I could give you 1,000 reasons why this is so vital. But at the very least, for more play, more joy, less stress, and then on a bigger scale for really creating safety and security in bodies around the world that have not always been safe and secure, and bringing healing to the planet, one self pleasure, one orgasm at a time. Thank you for being here. My heart and my being thanks you. My belly thanks you. I'm such a somatic person, so right now my belly's thank you. My belly, my womb, and my heart. So much gratitude. The great pussy goddess in the sky, which is a guiding light for me. Video for another time. Just the consciousness of sexuality and intimacy that guides me and my training is grateful. So sending you so much love and gratitude and excitement and sprinkles of pleasure and joy for your exploration.